Welcome to the installation of the Shanti Pneumatic feeder, actuation by plunger valve. First we have to mark center to center distance of the mounting stand. Here the center to center distance was 100 mm. So basically it is marked on a booster plate at its center of both length and width wise. Here we have marked height wise approximately 20 mm from the bottom of the booster plate. Center marks for drilling operation. Then we have basically doing the drilling for M10 tap. Since it's a 100 by 100 ms feeder, that's why the stand applicable is this. So the drilling is M10. Then the tapping operation. This is what we call it as a sand. The two holes which you see there are basically at a center to center distance of 100 mm. Using an M10 tap, then we have fitted it on the booster plate. So this is an attachment which is always available off stock for all our pneumatic feeder. It basically gives a very good height adjustment as well as linear adjustment so that your strip can be clamped next to the dies. Pneumatic feeder can be very easily and sufficiently controlled. Here we are tightening it. This is an M10 bolt, so we are tightening it with an Allen key. Then we are tightening it by a pipe so that more torque and it can be firmly tightened to the booster plate. Then we are putting spacers. These are 5 mm spacers which have to be placed between the pneumatic feeder and the stand. From there we insert M8 bolts for this pneumatic feeder, and which are going to be from front side, they are going to be clamped from the bottom, from the top, and from the top, and from rear side they are going to be clamped from the bottom. Look at the position how the pneumatic feeder has to be placed. The main body has to be facing the press. Then they are just tightening and firmly tightened by a pipe. Air supply connection is being done here. Then tightening of the air supply. This is basically shut off valve. FRL unit has to be placed at a 5 bar pressure. A front side and rear side of the pneumatic. This is what I am calling. As the pneumatic feeder goes front, and height is also adjustable, so you can clamp it at any die height and die space with very less gap between the feeder and the die. Here is basically adjusting the height so that plunger type actuation can be taken. Just look at the structure of this. This has to be made by at your end and clamped at the top. This basically consists of a screw. Now here we have taken in just a setting of a pitch setting. Pitch setting is normally done by two methods. One is this slip gauge block method. So whatever pitch you want has to be a slip gauge has to be inserted, and then the lens head screw at the rear has to be adjusted. Second method is measuring between the fixed body and the moving body. Just look at the position and how is being measured. This second method should not be adopted, ideally to go for the first method. Again we are getting here with the plunger which we had previously done. The plunger here, in this it is not hitting, so we have to lower the screw. So here we are again lowering the screw. This manual adjustment has ought to be always done. Lowering the screw. Make sure your shut-off valve is on, so that your plunger is completely erected and you can get. See, the shut-off valve is down. Now our pneumatic feeder is running. This is just the initial setting. Here we are showing you the flow control valve. Flow control valve is basically for the speed of the pneumatic feeder. So flow control valve has to be adjusted as per your requirement of the press and the dies. So if you lower the increase the flow, pneumatic feeder will run fast. Here we are showing you how to fit the strip. You have to first unclamp the side guides, unscrew the side guides, then feed the side guides. Make sure your shut-off valve is off so that both of the grippers are above. So you can easily fit. Then adjust the side glides and tighten them slightly. Make sure to pull them back. Here we have again put the shut-off valve off and make sure that to pull them back so that the strip doesn't get fixed in the side guides. So you have to make fruit. Now your pneumatic feeder has start operating and it's being feeding. That's done. Here we are showing you the structure what we have made for the plunger type actuation, which has to be made from your side from 2-3 plates as shown and has to be made on the top run.